Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work.
All right. I just got through watching the Netflix docuseries Marines, and yeah, it's gonna be quick. And I don't want a dog pilot, and I mean the most I could say is,
What for the car? I guess the car don't get there.
yeah, there's just not a lot there, and I got to the second one, and I was like, I'm not going to finish this, and then I just pushed through it, and there's a reason why. It's just, like I said, there's not a lot there. Number one, I don't think that they should have said anything about them getting rid of the scout sniper position at all in this series, because that's just kind of like, it's very disheartening. And it's, yeah, it's just not the greatest thing to do, and they should have done it another way. But and I guess that was that First Lieutenant Miller girl just giving us what I can only imagine to be the full Jan Brady of saying, my Marines' jobs are going away, and so is mine. But that's how things are. And you're just like, oh God, really? Like, all right. Well, yeah, that in, the other thing, the whole flight element to this was, yeah, it's cool. There's F-35s, there's the new Cobras, new Hueys, and you have the 22s, and you have 53s, and everything's great, but it's just like they got way too much into the nuts and bolts of what the pilots go through. Like, what I can only imagine as a NFL walkthrough the day before a game that the officers were doing with their helicopters. You know what? I absolutely get it. Yeah, you have to do your walkthrough of your flight, and you need to prepare for it. I completely understand that. But the whole thing is, it's hard enough to watch pilots in cockpits, because it's just, everything is made up so we will understand it. So switches on the cyclic that aren't there, buttons you push, and diagrams that show the release clamps on missiles. It's like, we get it, but it's like walking through what you're going to do on foot is even worse. At least you could have something like this to show us. Now, it's just really hard to watch that. And that's all I'm saying. I get it, you got to prepare for it, and I'm downgrading the pilots, and it's badass that the pilot's walking his guys through it, but it's just like one of those things you just don't show. It's like, if strippers are going to prepare and stretch for their routine, we don't want to see that. Well, maybe we do, but it's not as interesting as what they're doing on the stage. It's the same thing. So, like I said, I'm not downgrading the pilots. It's just, I'm more of, why show this? So anyway, if your documentary is this bad, where you're like, okay, we'll just throw this in here and everything will be fine to meet our hour quota, and you're like, yeah, bro, we need to find something else. It's just kind of like, okay, guys, yeah. Anyway, I thought the one pilot not being able to refuel because the Japanese airspace indicator was going off. That was pretty damn funny. Also, one thing that was really scary was that first, if you look at it on the back of one of the helmets, somebody's call sign was Jar Jar. Yeah, and you notice they didn't have it again. It must have been just a perfect shot and say, all right, yeah, we'll never do that. It's a good thing they do it, because Misa gonna ruin the whole documentary. Yeah, so yeah, that, and then the one other thing, the guy's other call sign was Tiny Dancer. Now, I work with a pilot friend, and they said they pick your name, and I'm like, okay, I quit, but Tiny Dancer, being a minuet man of a little size, yeah, there's got to be something better like dog fucker. Yeah, that's better. But hey, I guess it wasn't available. Um, so yeah, like I said, with this, it just doesn't set right. It seems to be like the Marine Corps, like Microsoft Office edition. It just got in too much of the planning and the sequences and the administration side of it too much. It's just it seems like something that people in the boardroom are like, ooh, I understand the Marine Corps now. And you're just like, it just doesn't hit.
Okay, I'll tell you the one thing that actually saves this whole document series, and I know I may be a little biased because it's the staff NCO, but Staff Sergeant Noah is the shit, and he should be promoted on the spot, in my opinion. And there's a reason why. I've never had a staff NCO engage me that way, talk to me, and ask me what my future plans are. It was always as if we were kind of self-started, you had to do it all, and you knew what was in front of you. The wickets to be successful in my time were always put in front of us. PFTs, do your MCIs, make sure you got all your training done. The staff courses, the sergeant MCIs that you had to do, I completely forgot them now. It's been so long. But good PFT, good rifle, good pistol, good marks, get an award for every reporting period. Make sure you hit the commandant's reading list for your reporting period. So everything was always in front of you. But one of the things that this never came out was like, all right, be a good leader. All right, because it is like the leadership thing is just something that just, it's different to each person. It's a living, breathing thing. Some people are good leaders in certain places, but not in the other. Some people are yellers. Some people are disciplined by disappointment. Some of them are lookers. Like they just give you the look and you know you fucked up. So the leadership thing is always different. It's different for each person. So to actually judge someone on leadership is not the easiest. And I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just not the easiest. Now, the way that Staff Sergeant Owens is going in there trying to get his Marines trigger time, checking on their morale, seeing what they're doing, what their paths are, keeping them motivated, why, they're getting bad news. I mean, that right there is by far the definition of obvious leadership. All right. And you don't see it much. You really don't. I don't remember seeing it much. I know that I had some sergeants that had that to their juniors, but for the most part, the staff NCOs that I remember were the ones that were interested in their career, and if the staff NCOs and NCOs below them are not taking care of themselves, they drown. And it's leadership too in its own form if you know how to take it. So anyway, Staff Sergeant Owens, in my opinion, really made this interesting for me, and seeing what he's going through and how he's taking it, and that to me was really, really interesting. So I applaud him, and I hope he has a good long career in the Corps somewhere else. And yeah. So yeah, once again, I give this a C. Like I said, it's not much there. So yeah, and like I said, I don't want a dog pilot, and I know that a lot of people put a lot of money and a lot of time into this, but it's just, I think when it came to the planning of the actual crew, they didn't get the actual really good guidance on what they should do. So anyway, like I said, it's a C. I don't recommend it, and yeah, so that's that. Stay frosty and gunning out.
Hard work, hard work. Hard work, hard work. Hard work, work. There you go. Hard work, work. Everybody do it. Hard work.